Hi everyone, I'm Love here, back again with another Awaken Chaos era video. So in today's video, I'll be showcasing my team on how I tackle one of the mini boss tower in the Ruins of God, floor 5. So currently my guild has already cleared 3 mini boss towers and remaining only one more left here. So before I proceed with the battle, I'll be using a team that relies heavily on debuff. So I'll be using Kiss of Death because Kiss of Death allows my team to gain a bonus turn by 10% per negative effect. So if I'm able to apply like 10 negative effect on the boss, that means I have a guaranteed success rate of gaining a bonus turn each round. Alright, so let's head over to the mini boss tower. So currently the boss has around about 79% health based from this health bar. And for this team, I'll be using Brand, Abaddon, Bachelet as well as Raven. So basically, Brand is my AoE cleanser. He's there to cleanse away the plague debuff that is cast by the boss. Bachelet is there to apply the defense down as well as ignite. This ignite can be stackable, so the more ignites, then Abaddon as well as Raven here will be able to deal more damage. Abaddon is there to apply lots of negative effect to raise the success rate of gaining a bonus turn from the Kiss of Death talent. And then I have Raven here, which is pretty useful in dealing high amount of damage on the single target enemy. And for the spells, I'll be using Sundering Purgatory for defense down, Geist Renewal for AoE healing because there's no dedicated healer here. Alright, so let's see this team in action. Alright, so at the start of the battle, I'll apply the Sundering Purgatory. So that means there's a 10% chance to gain a bonus turn. Then I will apply the attack up and defense up buff so that my heroes will be able to deal more damage. Next I'll be using Bachelet's defense down. So he's lucky to gain a bonus turn, then I'll use the ultimate to apply more ignites. Then I think the boss is immune to poison. So what I'll do is I'll perform the Dark Fog. So to be able to gain this stealth and then deal ultimate for more damage. That's around about 33,000 damage per hit. That means a total of about 100,000 damage. And then followed by Abaddon. Actually I should speed tune Raven to go after Abaddon, but I think it's pretty fast. So for Abaddon, right, what I'll do is I'll use his A1 ability first, because his A1 ability is able to apply this random stats down. And then I'll just perform the ultimate to extend those debuff duration, and then I'll put on auto. So as you notice, when Brand performs an attack on the enemy that has a negative effect, you gain a bonus turn. Then this will reduces the skill cooldown of his all of his abilities there. So currently my heroes, Abaddon, Bachelet as well as Raven, they're all in curse set. So curse set allows them to give them a 35% chance to perform a bonus hit with their basic ability. So Bachelet will be able to apply more stacks of ignite. Then Abaddon will be able to apply more negative effects that render sets down. I think there's a limit to it, around about 5 or 6. That consists of attack down, defense down, resistance down, focus down, and so forth. So that's around 150,000 from Raven Ultimate. So let's do a quick check on the debuff on the boss. Let's do a quick one. So currently the boss has this defense down, critical damage down, focus down, ignite from Bachelet, then attack down from Abaddon, critical rate down as well as speed down. Alright, so you just saw right, Brand performed his AoE cleansing to remove all those plague debuff. So if your heroes have like 10 stacks of plague, right, and when the boss performs that hit, all of your heroes will just like die instantly. So you need to always keep the plague stacks low and being removed. If you do not have Brand, you can use a Black Horn instead, because a Black Horn will be able to summon his totem and will cleanse away those plague by the end of the round. So we are now on round 7 and we have already reduced the boss HP from 79% to 69%. So let's see if we can take his health further down to maybe like 59% or so. So that's around about 180,000 damage from Raven ultimate ability. So that's the bonus attack from the curse set. So we managed to take down the boss health to 59% as well. So let's say if you do not have Abaddon, you can replace Abaddon with Scarlet instead. They will roughly do around the same damage. So this team dealt around about 2.9 million damage to the boss. Alright, so since I think I'm the highest damage dealer for this mini boss tower, 9. So this is my secondary team that I use in case my primary team is already used for the previous tower. Alright. So let me show you the hero stats and gears on how I gear these heroes in order to deal this amount of damage. Alright, so the first hero on my team is Bran. He goes first. So here are his total stats. He has around about 23,000 health, 2,300 defense, 221 speed, 112% focus, and 170% resistance. He's currently geared in a revival set as well as a raider set. Basically, a revival set allows him to gain 10% health at the start of a turn, or 20% health if his health is under 50%. Raider set to provide additional 15 speed. Let's quickly go through the equipments here. So this is the weapon with some health, focus, speed. This is the helmet with some resistance and focus. This flat stats defense should be defense percentage for more defense stats. This is the revival code with some defense, focus, resistance. Critical damage is not useful for Bran because he's a supporter hero. And this is a raider speed boots with some focus, resistance, and health. Attack stats is not useful for him. Ideally, this one will be a defense percentage. Then we have the defense ring with some critical rate, resistance, speed, and focus. As usual, supporter heroes does not need attack stats, critical rate, or critical damage. And finally, we have the health necklace with some speed, agility, focus, and blood stats health. His glyphs and abilities are all maxed out. And he does not have any mastery book invested in him because it's not necessary. Unless you want to use him in like arena, for more competitive build to increase his health pool, defense pool, and so forth. He's currently ascended to Ascension 4. Basically, you just need to have his Ascension 2 to raise the shield from 5% to 10%. That will be an added bonus to survive against the enemy nukes. Alright, so that's basically Bran. Let's move on to the next hero on the team. Alright, so this is a Bachelet. Here are his total stats. He has around about 4,867 attack, 192 speed, 100% critical rate, 200% critical damage, and 93.5% focus. He needs focus to land his ignites. And here are his gears. He's currently geared in a curse set as well as a raider set. Let's go through the equipment stats here. So this is the staff, the weapon with some attack, focus, critical rate, and some health percentage. This is the helmet with some attack, critical damage, critical rate, and agility. For his cape, he has critical rate, defense, resistance, and precision. This one is not really good. Ideally, this resistance should be focus. Precision should be like attack stats. And defense percentage can be like health because the damage dealers defense stats are pretty low. So it's best to get the health percentage instead. And then we have speed boots with some agility, attack, critical damage, and flat stats attack. Ideally, this one should be like health percentage. And moving on to the ring, we have a critical ring here with some attack, precision, focus. Ideally, this one should be a critical damage for instead of precision for more damage output. And finally, we have the attack necklace with some focus, critical rate, critical damage, and flash stats attack. His glyphs and abilities are all maxed out. He doesn't have any mastery books invested in him. If you do, then you raise his attack stats even more. And currently he's on the 3rd ascension. If it's not necessary to get the 5th ascension because this one is basically allows him to gain this damage up. But this one is only obtained if he's countering the counter attack. Yep. So this one is not really useful. Hopefully the developers will be able to change this one instead. But because currently this one is only applicable for like the Roaring Tupa, very niche usage. Alright, so let's move on to the 3rd hero on the team. Alright, so this is Raven. She goes 3rd. And here are her total stats. She has around about 5366 attack, 167 speed, 100% critical rate, 309% critical damage, and 53% focus. And currently she's geared in a first set and a mixed set because the mixed set has a better substats there. So for the weapon, it has some critical rate, speed, attack. For the helmet, it's only halfway done. It has attack, critical damage, critical rate, and defense. This is the cape with some attack, critical damage, focus, and critical rate. This is the attack boots with some speed, critical rate, and agility. Ideally, this agility should be critical damage. Agility is mostly used for like arena to dodge the attack. And for the ring, I have it as a critical damage with some triple roll on critical rate, some speed, attack, and flash stats attack. Ideally, this flash stats attack should be either like half percentage to boost up her survivability because she's pretty squishy. She has very low health and defense stats. And finally, for the necklace, I have a attack percentage with some speed, agility, health, and critical damage. Ideally, this one should be health percentage and defense percentage. The glyphs and abilities are all maxed out, and for her mastery books, it's pretty easy to get those elite mastery books. I've already maxed her out to gain additional critical rate and also boost up her gear masteries. And for the final hero, who is Abaddon, here are his total stats. He has around about 4500 attack, 100% critical rate, 263% critical damage, 161 speed, and 77% focus. Currently he's geared in the curse set as well as a raider set. Raider set provides additional 15 speed. Curse set is for additional chance to perform a bonus attack through his basic ability. So this is the weapon with some critical rate, attack, critical damage, and health. Then for the helmet, we have triple roll on critical rate, double roll on critical damage, and some defense percentage. For his cape, he has a double roll on critical damage, double roll on attack, defense percentage, and health percentage. And this is the attack boots with some speed, defense percentage, critical rate, and health. Ideally, this defense percentage should be critical damage, so you can deal more damage instead. And this is a critical rate ring with some critical damage, health, focus, and speed. And finally, we have a attack necklace with a triple roll on critical damage and double roll on focus. His glyphs and abilities are all maxed out. He does not have any mastery books. If he does, then he'll be able to deal more damage. And also increases his critical rate, so you can gear him more towards attack percentage as well as critical damage. And currently he doesn't have any ascension. Once he has those ascension, he'll be able to deal additional 10% or more damage per negative effect on the target. So currently he's only able to deal like 5%. So once he's ascended to Ascension 2, you're basically doubling his damage output here. Alright, so if you do not have Abaddon, you can use Scarlet instead. So basically Scarlet applies a massive amount of stacks of bleeding, so you can use her in place of Abaddon. So here is my Scarlet stats. She has around about 4644 attack, 220 speed. She's speed 2 for my guild boss team. Over 100% critical rate, over 27% critical damage, 57.5% focus. with its focus to apply those bleeding effect. And since she's a bleeding debuffer, right, you just want to prioritize on increasing her attack stats because most of her damage is dealt through her bleeding. And for her gears, I'm currently gearing her in the curse set as well as a warrior set. So these are the stats for the equipment, starting with the weapon. It has a critical rate, speed, critical damage. The helmet has some attack, critical rate, critical damage and precision. Ideally this precision should be health percentage because she's pretty squishy. Then we have the cape with some triple roll and attack, double roll and critical rate and focus. This is a speed boost to speed tune her for my guild boss. But if you're using her for the guild versus environment, then you can switch this boots with attack boots instead. So this speed boost has a critical rate, health and critical damage. Then this is an attack ring with a triple roll and critical rate, some speed and focus. And finally, we have a attack necklace with a triple roll and critical rate, single roll and critical damage, and flash test attack. Her glyphs and abilities are all maxed out. She doesn't have any mastery books in her, and she's fully ascended. So once you get her 5th ascension, right, this will increases her stack of applying. It allows her wolf to deal 50% damage instead of 30% damage. So the more heroes, her allies that perform the attack, then her wolf will be able to deal more damage instead. Alright, so that's the end of our video showcasing the team that I used to clear the dark mini boss tower in the cube versus environment. Do let me know if you have any questions on this team. So this team basically relies on the Kiss of Death talent to gain the bonus turn, so that my debuffers will be able to reduce their skill cooldowns, especially for their ultimate and special abilities, so they'll be able to stack up more debuff like the ignites as well as bleeding. If you found this video helpful, do give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, you can click on the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay up to date whenever I upload a new video on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!